Hello there everybody, how are you all feeling today? I'm feeling red, and that's why we're going to be doing this really dumb challenge today, because this is what Bloons in 2018 has come to. Because I'm so well known for my creativity, I'm going to call this challenge the Red Bloon Challenge, where the goal is to beat the opponent by sending nothing but red balloons. Sounds quite difficult, doesn't it? I mean, how the hell do you expect to beat someone when you can't rush them with anything but reds? So surely the only way you can win is if your opponent goofs and dies to AI, right? Correct, but as you can probably tell from my current loadout in this match, then there is a pretty easy loophole to get around the fact that you can't send any strong balloons. Just make the AI balloons stronger with cobras, plain and simple. So in essence you could also call this challenge Killing Kids with Bloon Adjustment Episode 23, cause that's my only win condition, for the most part. Perhaps there's another way I could walk away with a victory. Anyways, if I really wanted to spice things up, then I could potentially do a blue balloon video, where I try to beat opponents while only sending out blue balloons. Sounds pretty spooky if you ask me. Or perhaps a green balloon video, a yellow balloon video, and the list goes on. Let me know how that sounds. Now back to the challenge at hand. We must first prove worthy of executing this challenge first before we start climbing up the ladder into more difficult challenges, so let's walk through my strategy. Despite the nerfs in the quote-unquote recent update a few months ago, a 3-tower loadout including Cobra is still pretty decent as long as you're facing someone that isn't prepared, or truth be told, is not very good. I mean, the strategy has been out there for a very long time, so somebody who knows what they're doing should be able to defeat Cobra players and their adjustment pretty handily, either by outlasting them or by surprise all-in rushing them. Perhaps easier said than done, but you know what I mean. Speaking of all-in rushing, look at what this sneaky son of a bitch is up to. Definitely saw that shit coming from a mile away considering how slowly he sold his farms, but even then I did have a little panic attack trying to frantically sell my towers to get up that clutch balloon impact, which was thankfully able to hold all those regrows in place with the help of a boost. I was scared for a second, cause Yin Yang is one of those maps where balloons can just get out of control, and beyond anything the balloon impact can help with. Good thing I had that mortar at the front too, I suppose. And I should mention I kind of got away with a bit of luck there, cause bomb was my 4th tower. My OG loadout was boat mortar and Cobra, but I barely even used my boat cause the opponent didn't even send a single balloon at me until round 13. Based on his record, I suppose he is one of those hard-stuck ceramic crucible players that try to win with all-out regrow rainbows every game no matter the situation. LOL, I should have kept that firmly in the back in my mind when I hopped into this arena and perhaps played more safe. Studies show that 75% of upsets and battles occurs when the weaker player goes for an all-in rush and the supposedly stronger player is caught off guard and dies because they were too greedy trying to sell short on their defense. True story, I know I've had my fair share of those losses. But anyways, let's forget that game now and focus on our next one, making sure to keep an eye out on those sneaky rushes this time. As you can see, my opponent has farms, so that's red flag number 1. Now about this red balloon challenge. Honestly, I think the hardest part of this challenge is not getting the win, but rather trying not to accidentally fuck up the challenge by sending an adjacent set of balloons, cause you know, it's very easy to slip up your cursor when you're clicking back and forth between things. I know that feeling all too well when it comes to playing League of Legos. With that said, surely being a monster in League would translate to improved cursor accuracy and thus less goofs in battles. But before you guys point out me breaking the rules in the comments, then yes, I did happen to slip up and send a pair of blues in this video. I won't tell you when though. Someone with sharp eyes will probably point it out though, or maybe you'll watch this video back from the start again like a hawk just to catch the moment I slipped. Anyways, it seems like we've made it past round 13 with no signs of an all-in rush, which is both good and bad, cause I honestly would have preferred an all-in considering I had my bomb tower up nice and ready this time. Oh well, Let's just continue on with spamming cobras, I suppose. Also, I forgot to wear my glasses while commentating this video before you mention I was talking ahead of the video. #excuses. So yeah, I guess another thing to mention is that my eco is still pretty damn solid considering I could only gain max 1 eco per click. 500 plus a shit ton of 1-0 cobras ain't half bad to say the least, especially since I already plan to bring the cobra from the start because that's the only tool I have to kill somebody. Well, and comma regrow reds too, but as you all know I will never pull them out until victory is certain, or if it's for a meme video, I don't want to pull them out just for cheap wins. But as I was saying earlier, 1-0 cobras definitely make up for the extra money you'll have stored up because of how slow the reds come out, and I could have probably had a couple extra eco if I was more competent in my clicking and micro abilities. Hold that thought though, cause our adjustment spam is well underway, and it looks like player 102923 there is caught between a rock and a hard place cause he doesn't even have a factory yet with all this SJB Republic spam he's pulling, nor does he have enough funds to afford a decent defense. And that's going to be the end for him sadly. Maybe next time he'll think twice before taking up SJB's advice. Joking by the way, don't get too triggered. So I'd say we're definitely worthy of taking on the Blue Bloon challenge after these first couple of games, even though the matches were easier than round 1 in BTD2. Not much I can do about my opponents really, unless you want me to play in a higher arena, but like with a lot of these arena games, I always end up recording them on the wrong day, and I'm too lazy to change my schedule to land on the right day. Anyways, we got a Blazed fanboy over here. It's a real shame I can't send anything higher than red balloons here cause I'm finding it real hard not to lay my fingers off the grouped yellow balloon button. We're 3 challenge videos away from unlocking that ability. And I brought the tack shooter instead of bomb as my 3rd tower this time cause I wanted to switch things up a little. Plus I hear this ain't too bad a loadout until you reach later game. You can get really greedy when you have an ability as OP and cheap as the Blade Maelstrom. So while this game progresses, I think it's a good time to take around 2 minutes off to continue with answering the boatload of questions I got. Again, I'm trying my best to keep them in chronological order so if you answered late then be prepared to wait like 3 weeks for an answer. LOL, unless you happen to catch one of my streams. In that case you can probably ask me a question in chat and chances are I'll answer it. Alrighty, let's begin. Am I gay? Yes, the question basically every YouTuber gets asked 10 times per video. Here's my response, I'm gay for Tyler, but otherwise I'm as straight as a flagpole. Girls are pretty cool I'd say. Here's a balloons-related question, which asks whether Chris is right to say regrow zebras are better than regrow rainbows. He may not be the wisest when it comes to Republic spam or factories or banks, but yes, most of the time sending regrow zebras is better than rainbows just due to how much more cost-efficient they are, but that's not to say you should never lay your finger on the grouped rainbow button. A common rush people like to use that works is start off with LEDs and zebras, follow it up with only 1 or 2 sets of rainbows or even a ceramic and then layer that over with faster balloons such as pinks. This makes the rush way more deadlier than just sending plain zebras because of this term called layering and the cost won't be too big of a deal because it's only a couple of rainbow sets. Hope that answers your question. Then we got this question, or remark, or rather suggestion that a lot of people are going to bring up in the comments so I'll respond to it yet again, or rather just link you the video where I talk about my plan for 500 hours. Link to it will be on the side in the cards section, in the bottom, and to the northwest if I don't forget. Do I plan on making videos other than balloons in the future? Yeah, Tap Titans 2 of course, Kappa. Just messing with you cause if you are watching this I do indeed remember you from the clan. That being said, I'd rather not upload anything that isn't balloons related cause I know only a tiny fraction of people are actually going to watch it and enjoy it, Meanwhile, the rest will complain in the comments about how it isn't Bloons, and some will even unsubscribe. Now, before you suggest making a secondary channel for other games, I'll pass on that, cause spending time on non-Bloons videos probably also means less time to work on Bloons videos for my main audience. And now's probably a fitting time to answer this next question: why don't I quit playing this game? Basically for the reason I gave above. I'd rather keep on playing this game instead of quitting and letting my channel die. I've made it this far, so to leave it all behind after many years of effort seems like a silly idea. Thanks for the questions, everybody. More to answer in the next one, so stay tuned. Now please shift your heads back to this game as Blazed equals Daddy over here is found in tears as his all-in rush fails. Blade Maelstrom for the win. For anything less than BFBs, that ability is just plain broken for how many times you can spam it. I guess he wasn't confident he could outlast me cause of his subpar farming, so he went for the last-ditch effort, and unfortunately for him it failed. Good game, well played. Regrow Reds just to rub it in, plus it's within the boundary of the rules for this challenge. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. For now, a closing note: thanks for watching and have a red day.